U.S. stocks are on the rise here, and this ain't no lie. Dow is up 400 points. Joining me to weigh in on the action is Jonathan Corpina. So, Jonathan, what's up with the gains today?
Yeah, we're starting to see this major volatility in our markets again. Goes back about 6 or 7 sessions. Major headline has been the coronavirus, and we continue to get information on that. More negative headlines than positive headlines. It just seems like the headlines have somewhat quieted down a little bit heading into today's session. But clearly after the major sell-off that we saw 2 sessions ago on Friday, markets have rebounded nicely from there. Where it goes from here, still a lot in front of us. I think, on a very short-term basis, we're looking at the President's State of the Union address tonight. That's something that would be maybe not so market moving, but definitely just insightful as to what the president is going to say and how he says it, how he delivers that message. And then clearly we're watching, earnings season, economic data, oil, Tesla, all these other things that are out there. So it's been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned oil. Do you think that this would be a great opportunity to maybe do a little dollar cost average in as we are seeing oil finally gain after those major losses?
Yeah, 20%, off the highs that we saw recently. This might be a time to peek in there, because what we're starting to see is with the sell-off that we had with the coronavirus, and like I said, still concerning, but the market moving headlines have seemed to stop. Have you missed that swoon? Have you missed that market downturn? And we're seeing a little bit of panic buying right now with the activity we saw yesterday and the activity we see today. One thing interesting so far, only shortly into our trading session, we opened on the highs and we've stayed there. We haven't really slid either way off of there, which is kind of showing me that we have to stay in this line today, in a straight line, if we're able to sustain this rally. But we're starting to see that people feel like they might have missed this significant move that we saw on Friday.
So would you say that this buy the dip mentality right now, would you say this is strong? Are the buyers strong right now, or is it how would you assess that?
I wouldn't know if they're strong. And dip is all relative, right? I mean, we had a 23% gain in the market last year, came in, we were up 2% very quickly this year, wiped that out. So I guess that 2% move we can call a dip. I think, people who are looking to buy dips were probably looking for a larger dip in our markets, 5, 8, 10%. So those buyers aren't the ones that are buying into this. I think these are the buyers now who have seen stock prices come in ever so slightly, that they've been invested in this market, but want to add a little bit more onto it.
And we have seen some warning signs when the market was falling a little bit, although you said like 2% with the 50-day moving average, especially with the Dow Jones and the Russell. So what levels are you watching right now?
If you look in the S&P right now on the upside, and I know we're trending close to it, but that 3,300 level there is one that if you go back a few weeks towards the beginning of January, that was one that kind of acted as a pivotal point there. And then not as so much as levels, but keep an eye on the VIX. We're seeing some real significant moves in the VIX, down almost a little bit over 10%. If the VIX gets down back to this 13 level, that might be an opportunity to kind of jump back in there.
All right, there we have it. That is Jonathan Corpina from Meridian Equity Partners here at the New York Stock Exchange, hitting you on a Tuesday.